the whole of a dull, dark and soundless day, in the autumn of the year, when the clouds hung oppressively low in the heaven, I had been passing alone on horseback through a singularly dreary tract of country, and at length found myself, as the shades of evening drew on, within view of the melancholy house of Usher.
Possible 5 years. I fear that time has not noticed us here in our solitary world. The clocks of the seasons, they run slow. But you will enliven us. What is the news of Richmond, Boston, London? What of our classmates? Do you still hear from Crewe? Has Stone found enough to eat? And what of good Professor Grubbins? Dr. Dodge? They will not have forgotten such a scholar as any of us.
Roderick in the pink. Crewe married Ellen, and Stone is fatter than ever. But I, a scholar, a poor counterfeit to any that had known Roderick Usher. For comparison,
nonsense.
Yes, they knew better. You were the real article. Mine was the non-scab, as between us two, yours were the laurels.
Not a bit. None can touch you, and it is not 5 years. Yet I know, well I know, my friend, that every day of them must show in my appearance. Let us speak plainly. You see that my letter did not exaggerate. I hope you are not distressed. Yes, my older sons have worsened. I have become painfully sensitive to sound and light. I fear our old rebels and carousals would be quite beyond me. Quite beyond me. But that does not mean that hospitality has left Usher House. Indeed, we have arranged a surprise tonight in your honor. I will hear no protest.
A surprise, Roderick. You put me to your own puzzles.
No puzzles, Eddie. I have learned my lesson many times. Nothing can be hidden from Eddie Poe. I will reveal everything in a moment. But first tell me, Eddie, have we provided well for you? Are your rooms comfortable? Are you rested and refreshed? I trust we have not disgraced ourselves. Guests are valued here, and scholars of our hall. If you are tired from your journey, then say but a word, and the surprise can be put off.
Tired? Not in the least. from Savannah to Pools, landing by comfortable packet this morning, then the ride here through your picturesque marshland, a few easy hours. I swear it, Roderick, I have never felt fresher. And as for puzzles, I could never learn a fraction of your skill in them. You are still a legend at school. Do you know that you solve the mysteries in my stories under another name?
Eddie, what an honor!
You review famous crimes in Paris from news accounts after the prefecture gives them up as insoluble. Then solve them or scarcely stirring from your chair. None who know you will doubt that I mean Roderick Usher. But my stories are only sketches now. They will go no further without your blessing.
Then you have it, stories about me by Eddie that will put some shine on the family crest. I cannot wait to read them. But Eddie, I have still said nothing about the surprise tonight.
You have not, my old friend. And you must now have pity on me. I fear I am still a child at heart. Reveal the surprise.
Well then, we shall have a ball. Nothing less will do. A ball this very night. All our guests have been avid to read the famous man of letters. I have written some pieces for it myself, just as in the old days. You shall judge if they're worth hearing. If not, have no mercy.
No music by Roderick Usher would have brought me here to take valor, even if our old friendship were not reason enough.
London, we shall have a ball.
But the guests, Roderick, where have you found them? From landfall onward, I saw not a single person nor habitation. Do they somehow come from Savannah? Or do you summon them up from the depths like a sorcerer?
Just saw thy friend, just in a way. They come from the depths of this house, and before that, from Savannah and much farther. Each of them is an old visitor here. Usher House is indeed remote, and you are too kind as to our landscape. It is desolate, but we have rooms aplenty, and a devotion to family many of my relatives share. I hope we will not disappoint you. We are not as modish as those of the great cities, but there are lovers of learning among us.
Perfect! I come here to cleanse myself of the modishness of the great cities. I welcome the lovers of learning.
Then you will be at home in Usher House. I do not boast. Here are manuscripts of Bresset, Swedenborg, the Belphegor of Machiavelli, the Directory of the Inquisition by Emmerich de Gironde. And look here, Eddie, here is the Vigile Mortuorum. Yes, exists after all. All these but whet the appetite. Pride of place belongs to our medical archives. The ancients knew secrets that would astound the schools today. We have threshed out many of them, and will more. The whole house is designed for learning. Soon we will show you our observatory. Anyone who likes can study the stars in the old manner. Have I told you the history of Usher House?
Roderick, you have not. But let me guess a little.
By all means.
Apart from the modern conveniences, I should have said it was Anglo-Saxon. Even partly Celtic. And mightn't it be more at home in the moors of Devon or Cornwall than here in sultry Georgia?
Bravo, exact! I knew you would not disappoint me. It was built long before the conquest. None of us is certain when. Stood on the ancestral land of the Ushers, the Exeter, Gildas writes of it.
Gildas?
His parchment are very old indeed. He speaks of a shrine at Usher on X. It would have been pagan, but we cannot be sure to what god. The Anglo-Saxon chronicles are silent, but there is a most lurid entry in X on Doomsday Book. I warn you, they are not flattering.
This is Bede, the heterodox monastery at Usher, avoided by the country folk.
And Dunstan, the great team, minster and library by Usher Tarn. What of poor reputation? Unflattering, to be sure. But let us not make too much of the pious caveats of Dunstan or Bede. The dogma was the thing, and men saw devils in the slightest inconformance.
And what of eggs on Doomsday?
I have saved that for last. It tells of a most bizarre and ignominious episode in our long history. I will let you read it without further preface by me.
Good God.
Atque idem. No, it is better in English. And King Edward the Confessor commanded that the building called Usher House be sundered stone from stone, and the stones cast into Usher Tarn. Into the Tarn, no less. We can but guess at the cause of the confessor's wrath. Yet as late as my father's time, the yeomanry there still claimed that lightning from the skies clove the house in two. It is a district famous for its legends. But the stones were indeed at the bottom of Usher Tarn. True to the word, when my father bought back the land and drained it, he hauled them here and rebuilt Usher House with modern comforts over a tarn as like the first as he could find even. as to the faint phosphorescence that you will have noticed on your approach. He even brought back the crypt which the confessor had spared, and apart from the usual problems of settling that you will have seen in the faint crack running down the keep, tradition has been restored as far as the skills of the artisan permit. We are a stubborn race, and one not content with the verdict of the confessor. Ushers homeless for centuries gathered here with their hoarded volumes. No, we are not content that the learning of Usher House should be cast into the tarn.
Nor am I content. We resolved once, you and I, never to flinch from knowledge. I have kept a pattern.
And it is an Usher trait. And we revere this house. We travel wherever the old learning can be found. But we come home to die. Even during our diaspora, when nothing but the crypt remained, ushers gathered here to commemorate, and we're buried here. Two ushers be in this house, and the knowledge are one. But we know the risks of knowledge. It spoke the truth. The heterodox are avoided. Yes, it is laughable. But it is true, even now. We do not ignore the risks. We accept them. There is risk in learning, even now. Dear Madeline, Eddie, you will remember my sister Madeline when she visited me at school. We were only children then, the three of us. And now look how beautiful she has become.
Miss Madeline, I am more than honored to renew our acquaintance. I look forward to the pleasure of your company. During my visit here,
And may I introduce you to Dr. Primus? Dr. Primus, my old friend Edgar Poe of Richmond.
it is my pleasure, sir.
And mine, Mr. Poe. Your fame in the old studies has reached us all. But now I fear Miss Madeline must take her medicine and prepare for bed. She is getting so much better, and we must not interrupt her recovery. And Dr. Primus, would you care to join us for a moment as soon as your duties permit? Certainly. have seen her. This is the sorrow of which my letter spoke.
My friend, I did not know. I grieve with you, yet she is perfect. I grieve with you and envy you. And yes, Roderick, I remember her visit at school. You may recall some lines I wrote then, and how beautifully she sang your setting of them.
I do.
Where is my lady, oh, where has she gone? Over the moonrise and over the dawn, follow her easterly, follow the trace of her torn wind. She has run to the place where the morning begins, and the sea and the sky. Beauty and grace she is, beauty and grace, hang in the air like chimes where she goes by. What if I follow as best I can try and ring the wide world, and yet fail in the chase? Follow her southerly, follow the mark of her foot in the light, of her foot in the dark, easterly, southerly. Follow the train where she runs in the starlight, she runs in the rain, in footfall and starfall, again and again. Beauty and grace she is, beauty and grace, hang in the air like chimes where she goes She was my model in writing that. It is as true of her now as then. Over and over I hear those lines, and I think I shall hear them for some time to come. Roderick, she is so delicate, so pure.
Beauty and grace, yes. That is Madeline. You saw the truth as always. Yet she is not so frail as one would suppose. In her catalepsy, she might even be capable of great strength. Is it not so, Dr. Primus?
It is so. Prolonged excitement could give her more strength than one would have thought possible.
We are fortunate to have Dr. Primus with us, and to muster the scholarly resources of this house. I spoke of a medical archives. Oh, you see why they are vital to me, but can be found. Madeline's case is not hopeless. We will restore her health. We will cure my sister. Will we not, Dr. Primus?
Every treatment is being applied, consistent with a tolerance for it.
My sister will recover. I am certain of it. Now, Dr. Primus, we must not keep you from your patient. My friend and I have many old recollections to share.
Of course.
Her mind is serene and pure. Many of us could envy her that. I would not deprive her of it, not for everything else in the world.
She is an angel. Had I the power, I would not dare to change her.
Wisely spoken. Yet I would live her in ordinary life if I could. A cure can be found. It must be found. The learning of this house is equal to the task. We bring it all to bear and compass it all. My sister, we are twins, you know. We were children of one soul. I knew her thoughts and she mine. When she cried in the dark, I would comfort her. I would comfort her.
Eddie, can you take her from here? For pity's sake, take her away. Conditions here are not best for her. Leave at daybreak, the two of you. Take the noon packet to Boston. Secure the best doctors. Place her in the best clinics. I will provide everything. I have not the strength, and my eyes could not tolerate the sunlight. Do it at daybreak, for mercy's sake. Swear to me you will.
I will, my friend. I swear that I will do it.
The guests have arrived. Lady Hellion Usher and Lord Pengarth Usher. Mrs. Oliver Usher of Swansea and Mr. Hamish Usher of Philadelphia. I hope you'll find some interest in the costumes. They recapitulate the family history. Ushers are here from many places, many times. Lord Mordock, Thane of Usher, and Lady Berenice. At daybreak.
At daybreak? I will not sleep.
Miss Hannah Usher and her brother,
The Honorable Elder Usher.
yes, both of Droida. So you see, my old friend, we are not so provincial after all. Dr. and Mrs. Duncan Usher of Agra. Edgar! Drinky poops. my sister Madeline. She brought us the springtime, and we shall have its memory forever.
I fear the master of the house may not long outlive the mistress. If the 9 of the ushers were no more, its libraries and scholars might be scattered, its traditions unhoused. What might be done to keep it all intact? There must be new leadership once the line is ended, an exemplary scholar, young, idle, a friend to the ushers, might advise us, for perpetuity's sake, a new line might need to be founded. If our guest cares to consider these matters and share his thoughts with us, he may wish to visit us in the observatory tomorrow evening. Now we may leave him, if he prefers, to pay his respects in private.
I will reflect to the devoted student. Usher House is a paradigm, a pinnacle. It must not pillars. But there are solemn questions to be asked. I will remain here for a moment. Beauty and grace she is. Beauty and grace. Hang in the air like chimes, where she goes by. Thank you, Miss Madeline, for a moment of solace in a troubled world. Lord Morlock and Lady Berenice Usher, Eldred Usher, Hannah, Hamish, Lord Pengarth and Lady Helian, Lord Remus Usher, Mortwit, Anno 474.
We are particularly honored to receive our guest here in the observatory. Ushers have studied the stars for centuries. The heavens are books for the literate to read. Much, much can be foreseen. For example, we know that unusual weather phenomena will center on this place 3 nights hence.
Weather of what kind?
There topics. Investigation is not without cost. There is knowledge that many find distressing. Is our guest quite certain he wishes to hear more?
I am a student. All knowledge is welcome to me.
Then let us go a little further. First, you are modest. Your work is esteemed here. You have looked so deeply into the shadows. You have stepped so far along the passages that lead into this life. And from it, we know from your work that you can be trusted to see and trusted to comprehend. That is why we expect you to have found matters of antiquarian interest yesterday, when left in private after the insepulture of the Lady Madeline.
I did so.
All of us bear ancient names. Their recurrence is a tradition here. On the other hand, more than names can be passed from the dead to the living. More than names endure. You have heard something of our medical archives. The knowledge in them extends to a deeper understanding of life and life and death, their delicate interchange, their gradations can be whatever medical science makes of them. The magisters of Egypt and Anatolia and Brittany had learned these things over the millennia. And not opposed to knowledge, and so then did church law. All was destroyed or hidden. Was granted to us, and to us alone, under a covenant with the elders of Avebury. A more was obtained from the hierarch of Syracuse, and from other royal and private collections. This was passed on to ushers with the will and aptitude to learn it. The Lady Madeline had been recusant. She refused the knowledge and accepted the common path. The master of the house wavers. Usher tradition could be grafted onto new roots. Then the new life would inherit all the knowledge. This, of course, would include the proprietary medical skills of which we have been speaking. Would our guest care to hear more?
I am afraid, but I have sworn to follow knowledge to the limits of my reach. I will hear more.
Then we can meet again 3 nights from this. Conditions will be fitter then. You will have noticed the haze or miasma that rises from the tarn and enfolds this house. Though the dull might have missed it, it has to do with the medical matters of which we spoke. We call it the illumination. It had been present at the old site in England, but the powers of the confessor had dispersed it. Now we have found it again. In 3 days' time it will flame to a grandeur not seen in many lifetimes. Through its force, the interdict of the confessor will be expunged. The desecration burned. The wisdom promulgated. The covenant glory does our guest wish to share in these historic events?
I am afraid, but I have sworn never to turn aside from knowledge. I will reflect. Roderick, I must speak. I have heard things that I must not keep from you. Dr. Primus has spoken to me in the presence of the others. I believe he would make me heir to the secrets of this house. For the first time I am afraid of this knowledge. My friend, forgive me for listening without your permission and for delaying this report.
I knew against it from the start, and you are forgiven. You have spoken honestly. But beware of Primus. Did he tell you the importance of this night?
He said that the winds would rise, the phosphorescence from the town, or illumination, as he called it, would glow bright. It had to do with the secrets of life and death. The confessor's interdict would be expunged, and the covenant glorified.
He said even that. It is All Hallows Eve, and it was All Hallows Eve 8 centuries ago, when the confessor defied the powers of that night and brought down this house. It was Primus Usher who made the covenant with the elders 14 centuries ago and founded a line by Usher Tarn. That line is nearly extinct, I say it frankly, and Primus Usher must settle his accounts. Primus knows that, and fears.
Roderick, in the name of sanity, can that Primus Usher and this one be the same?
He will have told you the answer to that in riddles. And he will have spoken of dangers. In pressing further, let us respect the dangers and leave the riddles as they are. No doubt he will renew the debt if he can, substituting your line for mine. But Primus dies. He must have another plan. One that would keep the original pact in force.
My true friend, there will be no substitution of lines. I repent my folly in hearing such a proposal. The debt will not be renewed.
I trust and believe you. Those same follies were once my own. I will pay for them. Still, Primus must have a plan. He is desperate or confident, else he would not have dared to tell you so much. Little as it is, he has placed himself in jeopardy. He has a plan. We ourselves may be at risk if we cannot puzzle it out. But there is something else that weighs on me. It is an anxiety, a dread, whose occasion I cannot fix from my mind. Something frightful, something hideous and insupportable remains at the border of my gaze wherever I turn. It has obsessed me for hours, even days. I cannot find it, cannot escape it. Surely you have seen this and have been too kind to speak.
I have seen it, but thought the fault was mine. I should never have countenanced these intrigues. You guessed them, that was the seed of your foreboding or its nourishment. Perhaps it would be best if I withdrew to my room and wrung my friend no further.
No, and you stay, for God's sake, stay. You are guiltless, because whatever it is not in you. For our old friendship, stay and help me now. Somewhere I have overlooked a warning, left an obligation in suspense. Now the winds are rising. Primus will set its plan in motion soon. We must find out. I must think. Yet my other apprehension distracts me.
Then let me help if I can.
Would you read something aloud to me? Read it aloud. Something trivial, diverting. Then banish silence and sober thought for the moment, in hopes of looking at things on you.
It is the mad tourist of Sir Lancelot Channing.
Excellent. Give us, if you will, the part where a knight breaks into the hermit's house.
Let me have a moment. And Ethelred, who was by nature of a doughty heart, waited no longer to hold parley with the hermit, but fearing the rising of the tempest, uplifted his mace and with blows made quickly room in the flaggings of the door for his gauntleted hand, and so cracked and ripped and tore all asunder that the noise alarmed and reverberated throughout the forest. But the good champion Ethelred, now entering the door, was so amazed to perceive a dragon of a scaly and prodigious demeanor. Then Ethelred uplifted his mace and struck the dragon, which fell before him with a shriek so horrid and harsh, and withal so piercing that Ethelred had fain to close his ears with his hand against the dreadful noise of it. And now the champion, bethinking himself of the brazen shield, approached valorously over the silver pavement of the castle to where it hung upon the wall, which in sooth tarried not for his full coming, but fell down at his feet upon the silver floor with a mighty great and terrible ringing sound.
Yes, I have heard it. I heard its faint beginnings 4 nights ago through wood and stone. Go from this house, my friend. You know how painfully keen my hearing has become. I can hear the fluttering of the moth's wings, the fall of leaves in the woods. Go, my friend. I and this house will close our business very soon. Go now, and no harm will come to you.
I will not leave you in danger.
I say I heard it that first night. It was she. I heard her stirring in her prison. She cried out to me in the dark. not understand. She was never in their circle, never. What vows might she not have taken in her despair? And might I not she had done? There has never been a plan more ingenious, more heinous, or more pitiless. I tell you, he has dared to open the roof portals, even on this night. He has brought the illumination into this house. Look! Say he would have invited the elders themselves, had he now the power. He would have delivered the three of us, healthy as cones, Scion and all, the line and the bargain intact. Now go, Edgar, go at once.
My friend, Remus shall face both of us on night, huh?
Remus? Remus and his plan are in ruins. He confronted her in the armory below as you were reading. She threw him aside like an empty sack. She is still pure. He was powerless before her. She made no vows in the dark. The writ of the confessor runs still. It has sustained her in the madness. She comes to complete his work. Run, my friend. The rest of us have only a few more moments. My penance will be short and bright compared to theirs. You are free. In God's name, go. As you recited, we both heard first the rending of her coffin and vault. She has the strength of many men. Then we heard the cry of Primus as she discarded him. Last we heard her break down the doors of the crater, which the others had barricaded against her. She has no interest in them. As we speak, she ascends the stairs. By the side passage, my friend. Listen, stones. Hear them. They are falling into the tarn. The sister I am in. I will comfort you. Madman. I tell you, she now stands without the door.
From that chamber and from that mansion I fled aghast. I saw the mighty walls rushing asunder, and the deep and dark tarn at my feet, rushing sullenly and silently over the fragments of the house of Usher. dit que personne n'a le droit d'entrer dans cette chambre.
Sa lettre, follement pressante, ne permet aucun retard. Je suis son seul ami, je vous en prie.
Ah oui, je sais. Voyez-moi, son médecin qui mourut depuis longtemps. J'ai même le triste honneur d'assister sa mère à ces derniers instants. Quelle femme misérable!
Il réclama sa mort, ma présence. Il dit, on espérait un peu de joie. Quelque soulagement à intolérable souffrance. C'est l'appel suppliant d'un cœur qui se lit pas contre on ne sait quelle peine.
Hélas, il n'y a plus rien à faire. Cet homme est le dernier d'une race orgueilleuse et hautaine, que la transmission constante du même sang devait fatalement épuiser. Presque tous furent des malades, des maniaques adonnés à de bizarres sciences. Des fous, cher monsieur, des fous. Croyez-moi,
J'ai trouvé en Roderick une méprise d'art, de beauté.
si vous voulez, ce n'est d'ailleurs que la même recherche du bizarre, du biscornu. Il me pouvait y échapper. Vous le verrez, quoique jeune encore, son âme désordonnée a déjà usé son faible corps. Vous verrez ce front un peu trop large, portant la marque des griffes de la folie. Allez, ce n'est plus maintenant qu'un instrument aux ordres de la peur.
Et sa sœur, Lady Madeleine, je sais qu'ils ne se sont jamais quittés.
On voit peu, Lady Madeleine, que vous importe-t-elle?
Vos manières sont étranges, et je ne vous comprends pas. Veuillez me répondre.
Écoutez, Lady Madeleine est le doux commentaire de votre étrange amie. Elle est si faible, si fragile, les pierres maléfiques de la maison Et puis, c'est sa faute à lui. Ce n'est pas ainsi que l'on aime une sœur.
Que voulez-vous dire?
Je sais. Si vous pouviez entendre cette voix qui semble venir de plus loin que la mer. Bon, il lui fait chanter des musiques à damner les anges. C'est incompréhensible et dangereux. Une femme n'est pas un luxe, après tout. Mais il ne veut rien voir. Ils ne sont pas que c'est son âme qui s'en va avec le chant. Ah, pourquoi me veut-elle pas m'écouter? J'ai tout fait pour l'avertir, pour tenter. Elle est si
Mais dis-moi, Roderick,
le voici. Ne vous montrez pas encore.
Me réveiller.
Sa voix, c'était sa voix. Il n'en est pas d'autre dans le monde. C'était sa voix. J'en suis sûr. Où est-elle? Je vous appartiens, mes pensées dérangées comme vous les privez. Pierre, pierre, pourquoi ce châtiment que je n'ai pas commis? déjà sur mon enfance. Laissez-moi partir, ne me retenez pas encore, non, non, c'est vous, je ne veux plus entendre votre plainte, plainte sanglotante de tous ceux qui sont venus mourir ici, attirés par vous. Ici, taisez-vous. J'obéirai. Quelquefois, le marmotte, y a-t-il là-bas quelque chose qui sorte? Traverse le brouillard en l'agitant comme une nef funèbre. Ses ailes battent comme si c'était la respiration du temps. Oh, je te reconnais. Tu étais là comme ma mère me donna son dernier baiser. Et depuis aujourd'hui, Quel tribut de mort viens-tu réclamer? Serais-tu toi, Adeline, ce qu'on aimait, seul compagnon de la vie? Ah, ces lèvres sur mon front, comme un parfum qui rafraîchit. Ces lèvres qui tentent comme un fruit inconnu, ma bouche n'a jamais osé mordre. Ne sais-tu pas, oiseau du malheur, que si tu me l'apprends, rien ne me reste? Ne sais-tu pas quelle est ma seule raison de ne point mourir? Ah, vieux mur, n'aurez-vous pas pitié? Mon tort et moi, mon trésor autour de moi, une marie de pierre. Défendez-moi, et je n'entendais plus ce sinistre bruit. Ne laissez pas entrer les ailes de la mort. Attendez-vous, attendez-vous. Elles viennent sur moi, les ailes noires. Je n'y crois plus, j'ai peur, j'ai peur.
Ne vous effrayez pas, je l'ai souvent trouvé ainsi. Il n'est pas sans danger de l'éveiller en ce moment. Croyez-moi, nous n'y pouvons rien.
Allez-vous-en! Roderick, Roderick, mon ami. Bienvenue dans la vieille maison Usher. Excusez-moi, j'aurais dû aller à votre rencontre. Les chemins s'ouvraient, plus connus, et vous n'auriez trouvé personne pour guider. Les gens ont peur de cette maison. Les flamants, allumons les flamants. C'est à peine si je vous vois. Cher Roderick, je n'ai eu besoin de personne, et merci. Et maintenant, faites ce qu'il vous plaira d'une vieille amitié toute dévouée. souvenez-vous, c'est vrai, nous avons joué, travaillé ensemble. Vous avez su comprendre l'enfant qui déjà ne savait que rêver. Vous avez su pardonner trop brusques écarts d'un caractère fantasque, hélas, irrésolu. Notre dites-vous là, me voir me fait penser, c'est les mots qui ont dirigé ma vie. Et des jours, morts et longs, j'assistais, puissant témoin, de ma maison et de moi-même. Cette maison, l'on dirait que pas un être n'a osé remuer. Et d'où la joie s'en est allée, comme son était tête, l'antique splendeur. Avez-vous, ce soir, j'ai trop respiré le brouillard qui monte de l'étang, sans voir les maisons et les finestres. Peut-être ont-ils raison. Cela va mieux. Pardonnez-moi de vous avoir demandé de venir partager tant de tristesse. C'est mon ami, mon seul ami, je ne l'ai point oublié. Regardez-moi, regardez ce que le souvenir a fait de moi. J'ai l'air d'un vieillard. Voyons, Rodrigue, vous êtes jeune. Vous pouvez encore échapper à ce qui vous entoure. Allez, un nouveau paysage peut changer vos pensées. Si la joie désertait votre maison, ne la croyez pas à jamais disparue. Et la pensée de la retrouver, elle vous attend. Quelquefois qui monte en robe de fête, les bras chargés de caresses, comme une mère l'enfant privé de son enfant. Alpé, croyez-vous donc que je n'ai jamais essayé? J'étais seul, là de souffrir, là d'attendre une mort trop patiente. La fièvre coulait dans mes veines comme un feu subtil, mais pour moi la courage d'une résolution. Alors, même pour là, je me brisais par la crête, je m'en vais. À peine avais-je franchi le seuil d'une imbécile, son premier à me retenir. Les vieux pierres s'étincelaient, ainsi que d'innombrables regards chargés de la broche. Elle regarde cette fuite, j'entendais leur voix persuasive et tyrannique. La pierre dans le monde ne percera plus doucement au dernier sommeil. Reste, meurs ici, plus jamais je n'ai osé les quitter. La fièvre qui vous donne le singulier pouvoir de les entendre. Lorsque vous serez bien, vous oubliez bien vite. Taisez-vous, si vous m'aimez. Oh, ne pouvez-vous me comprendre? Ce n'est pas en vain que mes ancêtres souffrirent. Mais dans cette maison, par une trace légère ou profonde qui laissèrent se tourner lentement comme dominatrice des pierres qui, depuis des siècles, semblent avoir dirigé nos destinées. À laquelle moi, qui est de la race, il fallait que j'obéisse. Qui pourrait imaginer ce qu'elle apporta de terreur, sans cesse accru de moindre événement, de l'incident le plus vulgaire. Sentez cette atmosphère de chagrin, cette mélancolie âpre qui a eu raison de cœur bien trompé que le mien. Regardez cette déchirure à peine visible. Depuis longtemps j'observe son travail obstiné qui, traçant sa route à travers les murs, va maintenant se perdre dans les eaux de l'étang. Eh bien, c'est la plaie secrète que creuse mon cœur et par laquelle s'unir à la fois ma vie et ma raison. Tric, tric. C'est aussi par elle qu'est entrée la peur. Ah, je ne rencontre jamais cette nuit, seul compagnon de nuit sans sommeil. Il n'existe pas de torture pareille. N'aimez-vous plus dica. Guidato a travers visibile, questa frase di sorda, per la giurata della vergogna, le morte triste. La sua piedra, ou plus rien ne me défendra. Même ma tristesse, pauvre Madeleine, je ne pourrai plus. Je mourrai de cette plaie, je mourrai de cette lutte, je mourrai du passé de la maison Usher. N'écoutez pas le conseil de ceux qui ne sont plus. Le seul savent pourtant que je ne peux plus vivre. Roderick, où allez-vous? Il ne faut pas.
Laissez-le, venez ici. Ce que je craignais est arrivé. Je vous l'avais bien dit.
Ne voulez pas dire
si elle est morte.
Et dit Madeleine.
Oui.
Où est-elle?
Ici. Elle est rentrée tout à l'heure de sa promenade habituelle. Nous l'avons trouvée tendue devant l'escalier qui monte à sa chambre. Morte. Nous l'avons transportée dans un caveau qui, étrange hasard, donne exactement sur le plancher de cette chambre. Il fallait agir vite, songeuse à ce qui aurait pu s'y passer si Roderick avait pu la voir. Sa folie aurait-elle su respecter la mort?
Croyez-vous l'avoir respecté vous-même? À quel droit agissez-vous ainsi?
Je vous importe. Pour arriver à ce caveau, il faut traverser un long vestibule dont les parois sont revêtues de cuivre. La porte de fer massif est difficile à remuer sans bruit. À chaque grincement, je craignais qu'il ne tire bien. Je sais, attendons, il sera toujours ton. Attendons. Laissez-moi vous donner un conseil, cher monsieur. Quittez cette maison. L'air qu'on y respire est mauvais pour un homme comme vous. D'ailleurs, vous auriez pu le constater. Votre dévouement est inutile. Partez avant que ce sombre maniaque n'ait fait une victime de plus. Venez!
La mort inexplicable de sa sœur va le laisser encore plus seul. Je ne puis la
abandonné.
Oh, vous m'oubliez, je l'assisterai comme les autres. J'espère encore avoir ma récompense.
Il me semble l'entendre. Laissez-moi.
Soit, mais rappelez-vous, si vous parlez, vous achevez celui-là, le dernier désir cher. Antique race, pauvre race.
Dans la plus verte de nos vallées, par de beaux âges habités, c'est ainsi qu'elle chante comme sa voix dans moi. Vous êtes là, n'avez-vous pas rencontré Lady Madeleine en venant ici? Quoique très faible, elle se promène souvent dans ce parc, malgré ma défense, près de l'étang. Miroir d'eau polie qui attire mystérieusement le regard.
Votre médecin vient justement.
Le médecin dévoué de la famille chère. Ah, il croit que je ne vois rien. Il me croit tout à fait fou. Il voudrait que je meure et me surveille en corbeau avide. Il attend.
Ainsi posez-vous.
Je crois qu'il ose aimer Madeleine. Aimer Madeleine. Lui, ce fossoyeur, vous êtes sûr de ne pas l'avoir rencontré. Peut-être l'avez-vous trouvé très malade. Craignez-vous de me le dire? Je sais qu'elle est trop frêle, qu'elle ne veut plus voir personne. Quand elle chante, respirer la parfum plus fort, plus durable, secrète, monte avec le chant. Les anges de la mort, un doigt sur les lèvres, se retirent. Vous avez dû la voir.
Pourquoi ne vous l'aurais-je pas dit?
C'est vrai, vous avez raison. Vous ne pouvez savoir. Écoutez, n'entendez-vous pas?
Non.
Tenez, j'ai retrouvé cet antique et curieux bouquin de savoir oublier. Il y est parlé des anciens satyres africains et des Égyptiens.
Il faut que je sache Je ne puis supporter cela!
Roderick,
Non!
on a trouvé sortir. L'orage approche. Les nuages pèsent lourds et bas dans le ciel. Ils sont serrés, l'un contre l'autre, comme des bêtes peureuses.
Et vous jamais vu cela? Attendez, vous la verrez! Regardez cette clarté! La seule lumière qui enveloppe les temps! Et lui, l'oiseau maudit, l'oiseau du malheur, il est là! Il ne vole plus. Ne voyez-vous?
Roderick, vous ne regarderez plus. Il n'y a rien d'autre que l'orage. L'air est glacé. Dangereux pour vous. Que faire? Voici votre roman favori. Je vous lirai cette belle légende des chevaliers de l'ermite.
Non, non! Allez-vous reposer! Cette nuit n'est pas plus dangereuse que toutes les autres.
Cette nuit est terrible. Et nous la passerons ensemble. Écoutez-moi. Sire Ulrich, cœur vaillant par nature, maintenant très fort aussi, par la vertu magique du vin herbé qu'il avait bu, n'attendit pas plus longtemps pour parlementer avec l'ermite. En vérité, malicieux et obstiné, mais craignant la tempête, leva bel et bien sa massue et fraya bien vite un chemin à travers les planches de la porte, si bien que le bois sec et sonnant le creux porta l'alarme d'un bout à l'autre de la forêt. Roderick, vous n'écoutez pas?
Si j'écoute, toutes mes forces!
Ulrich passant alors la porte, fit grandement furieuse et émerveillée de l'apercevoir qui rassurait ses services. Mais son sang lui glace, un merveilleux dragon avec une langue de feu, selon votre corps de bloquer l'Italie. Et sur le mur était suspendu un bouclier terrain brillant.
Il brille le bouclier d'airain.
Alors, Ulrich leva sa massue et frappa sur la tête du dragon, qui tomba devant lui, rendit son souffle empesté avec un épouvantable rugissement.
Il brille et va l'atteindre.
Et maintenant que l'enchantement était rendu, il s'avança sur le pavé d'argent, vers l'endroit où pendait le bouclier. Quelle en vérité, n'avait pas qu'il le savait, mais combat secret!
Ne connais pas. Moi, je prends plus depuis des minutes. Je prends plus, mais je n'osais pas. Oh, pitié pour moi. Misérable la fortune que je suis. Je n'osais pas le dire, à deviner qu'il s'est déjà mangé le vieux corbeau. Il a mis sa vivante dans le caveau. Il avait déjà voulu le faire. Je dis que je sais, je dis que je sais. Tout à l'heure, j'ai entendu ce faible mouvement dans le fond de caveau. Sire Ulrich, le rêve du dragon, le bruit du bouclier. Dites, le bruit de la porte de fête! Voyez-vous, dans le vestibule de cuivre. Allez, c'est pour ma Seigneur, ça va plein de sang. Ah, Roderick, c'est le que tu as métaux, c'est le que tu ne devais pas aimer, tu n'as pas su la défendre. Oh, que va-t-elle me proche? Elle monte. J'entends ses pas. J'entends les battements de son cœur. Ah! Ses yeux qui pleurent de sang.